hi. Didn't see you there. My name is Virginia Woolf, and I'd like to talk to you about my new and improved short story called The Widow and the Parrot. It goes a little something like this. Some 50 years ago, Miss Gage, an elderly widow, was sitting in her cottage in a village called Spilsby in Yorkshire.
Dear Madam, we have the honor to inform you of the death of your brother, Mr. Joseph Brand. Lockamossy, old brother Joseph gone at last. He has left you his entire property, which consists of a dwelling house, stable, cucumber frames, mangles, wheelbarrows, etc., etc. In the village of Rodmell, he also leaves you his entire fortune of £3,000. Wow! With £3,000, I could live in luxury forever.
We're filming, by the way.
Oh! Sorry about that. You know, just tending to the fire as usual. I like to keep it nice and cozy in here. She reached Lewes late on Tuesday night. There was no bridge over the river at Southeast, nor had the road to New Haven yet been made. So the only way to reach Rodmell was by a ford, a shallow place in a river where people can cross. But this could only be attempted at low tide, when the stones on the riverbed were visible. Mr. Stacy, a farmer, was going to Rodmell in his cart and kindly offered to take Miss Gage with him.
I'm mining.
Mrs. Gage, can I trouble you for a ride?
Lots of icy
Yes,
why they
indubitably.
mining in water, I just fell in a hole. Now I'm crying every server I go on. Yeah, it's a spot. Minecraft.
Who is screeching? Not at home.
Drat that bird! He almost screamed my head off. There he sits all day humped near his perch.
Perhaps he is unhappy, or may he be hungry.
It is merely his temper, as he was a seaman's parrot, and he had learnt his language in the East. However, Mr. Joseph was very fond of him, had called him James, and talked to him as if he were a rational being.
Why, hello, little birdie. I am but your old master's sister, here to inherit the property. You look hungry. Would you like some sugar? I must inspect the premises. This place is a dump. There's rubbish, toadstools, and rats everywhere. And there's not a stick of furniture in here worth 7 halfpenny. Well, at least there's £3,000 waiting for me safe and
it snug in Lou's bank.
She determined to set off to Lewes the next day in order to claim her money from Messrs. Stagg and Beetle, the solicitors, and then return home as quick as she could. Mr. Stacy, who was going in to market, offered to take her with him and told her some terrible stories of young people who had been drowned through trying to cross the river at high tide. A great disappointment was in store for the poor old woman as she got into Mr. Stagg's office.
Hello. Pray, take a seat, madame. Sit down. Be humble. The fact is that you must prepare to face some very disagreeable news. Since I wrote to you, I have gone carefully through Mr. Brand's papers. I regret to say that I can find no trace whatever of the 3,000 pounds. Mr. Beetle, my partner, went himself to Rodmill and searched the premises with the utmost care. He found absolutely nothing, no gold, silver, or valuables of any kind, except for a fine gray parrot, which I advise you to sell for whatever he will fetch.
His language is very extreme, but that is neither here nor there. I much fear you have had your journey for nothing. The premises are dilapidated, and of course our expenses are considerable.
What's so funny there? Huh?
Oh, nothing.
What is this? What is this?
B.
You guys are a bunch of jokesters.
Wait, did you say B?
Someone say B? Speaking of B, Mr. Beetle stopped here, and Mrs. Gage well knew that she wished her to go. She was almost crazy with disappointment. Not only had she borrowed £2.10 from Reverend Samuel Tallboys, but she would return home from an absolutely empty-handed, for the parrot James would have to be sold to pay her fare. It was raining hard, but Mr. Stagg did not press her to stay, and she was too beside herself with sorrow to care what she did.
Leave.
In spite of the rain, she started to walk back to Rodmill across the meadows. Okay. Mrs. Gage was lame in her right leg. She was very disappointed as she plodded along. The day grew darker and darker. She was so disappointed you might have heard her grumble.
I bet old Joseph set me up, express, to plague me. He was a cruel little boy when we were children. He was such a miserly varmint, too. God! I can't see anything out here! It's so dark! What's that noise I hear? Oh, you idiot! Oh, jeez. God damn it. Not again. Locham Hussein, how shall I find my way across? Oh my God! What is that?
Ah! I'm a fire!
It must be a comet or some such wonderful monstrosity. Bless and save us. There's a house on fire. Perhaps it's my own house that's blazing to cinders before my very eyes.
I'm on fire!
Come see old Joseph Brand's house
I'm on fire, guys! I'm a fire! I'm a fire! I'm a fire!
The fire's shooting at us!
Hold me back! I'm gonna kill him!
He's
I'm gonna kill him!
He's not worth it.
Did the parrot make it out? Did anybody see the parrot?
Just consider yourself lucky you weren't in there yourself. Let's go.
God, come. What is this? What? The fire was now extinguished, and everybody went home to bed, but poor old Miss Gage could not sleep. She grieved about poor Parrot James.
Oh yeah, Pickle Rick. Oh yeah.
Oh God. Oh, James, what are you doing here? It's so good to see you.
Ah, James, I love you. The bird has more knowledge than us humans may ever know.
James, there are literally 24 hours out of the day.
I am a bird.
You pull me out of my bed in the middle of the night to come look for, I don't even know. What are you bringing me?
I'm a bird.
Now we're outside. Terrific! I can't see anything. Doesn't matter. James, what's in here? James, what are you? Oh my God. Could this be? Oh my. Wow! The 3,000 pounds in pristine condition! Mrs. Gage put all of the coins Sorry, I got some in my throat. Just give me a minute here. Alright. That should be good. In her apron and limped back to Mrs. Ford's cottage very slowly and returned without anyone knowing. Oh crap! I messed up on the third word. Can we remove that?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
No, it's
great.
fine. It's fine.
Great, let's just
Yeah,
do
no. Yeah. It's fine.
I mean, I just hate
Just go. Just read.
I just hate to be a nuisance,
Oh
but
my
it'd be great if we could.
What is he
if we
doing?
could
Oh,
please
oh my
redo
God.
that.
Just read. Just read. You know what? You're fired. Get out.
Watch. Fuck. God. Man, first account of this. Jeez. Oh man. Oh God. I'm getting 12. Well,
Well, we're off to lose. My, this bag of yours sure is really heavy. What's in it?
Don't worry about it, alright?
No, really, what's in it?
Do not touch the bag, bitch.
Mrs. Gage got back to Spilsby in safety, took her pounds to the bank, and lived with James the Parrot and her dog Shag in great comfort and happiness.
Shag, I love you.
Actually, can we get some water real quick?
Oh yeah, no problem,
I'm feeling
man.
quite
Here you
parched.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened.
It's fine. It's actually just fine. I didn't want any water anyway.
Do you want to stop? We can try again.
Are you sure you don't want any water?
We'll just we can just keep it rolling, okay? God, the people at work. It was not till she lay on her
There's
deathbed
still water
that she.
left, honestly. I don't know what you're doing.
Okay. Let me do my job. It was not till she lay on her deathbed that she told the clergyman, Reverend Samuel Talboys, the whole story, adding that she was quite sure the parrot burnt the house down on purpose and was her reward for being so kind to animals. The clergyman thought she was wandering in her mind, but at the very moment she died. James the parrot shrieked out, "Not at home! Not at home!" and fell off his perch stone dead. Visitors to Rodmill may still see the ruins of the house, burnt down 50 years ago, and it is said that if you visit it in the moonlight, you may hear a parrot tapping with its beak upon the floor, while others have seen an old woman sitting there in a white apron.
And that's a wrap. Great
That's
job, everybody.
That's a wrap. Great job.
Great job.
Great job.
Hey, pleasure. It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure working with you.
I'm Pickle Rick.
Just hit a button, Morty. Give me a beat.
Oh man, okay, alright, Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here. It's time to get swifty. Uh-oh, you gotta get swifty. Oh yeah, take off your pants and your panties. Money shot.